I only have about an hour. And knowing how your family's been operating things, you've been issuing multiple checks for the same retirement benefits, but then you've been covering it up. Now, I know that there's some supercomputers that do the calculations on these. Yeah. I'm going to want to know the actual computers that do the calculations for each and every one of these retirement plans. Yes. Now, the Quadro can be found in the Internal Revenue Code. Yeah. At 26 U.S. Code 414P in the Employee Retirement Income Security Act. Yeah. Now, your thought was, well, they're homeless, right? Allegedly. I'm crazy and she's the victim of domestic violence when it wasn't like that. And you don't have to give me notice of court hearings, and I can just bribe you to issue a court order that gave custody of my sons to her, which happens to be kidnapping. Yeah. Now, the Military Pensions, Uniform Services, Former Spouse Protection Act, the USFSPA. Yeah. Could you get me all those orders? Because 10 U.S. Code 1408. The United States military seems to have some difficulty with its employees, and I know you're all happily married. You're a sergeant or one of these drill sergeants, or maybe a private or new recruit or whatever they call you. But let's say you and the wife got upset at each other and you decided to run down to the local county superior court and get yourselves a divorce. And she said, well, I get half of his retirement. You've been in for 20 years, and all of a sudden, 50% of your pension from the United States military is given to your wife without you getting any notice of court hearings. Poop. After she had motioned the court for default dissolution of marriage. Yes. And after she didn't mention that you were married by the United Nations, before you joined the military. Poop. Now, the federal government retirement benefits, such as the civil service retirement, yes, we looked at those that had taken the civil service examination. Yes. Why don't we look at that supercomputer and exactly how many of them are married and how many are divorced and how many of their spouses are getting in? Then there's the Federal Employees Retirement System, the FERS. How are the federal employees of the United States of America?